Number 1, product of 2 and the difference between t and 1 is 14. Now these are algebraic equations, so we're going to have equal signs in these, and I'm going to go through and find my words that mean the same as equals so that I can identify the two sides of my equation. I don't think represents is on your list. You might want to add that to it. So going back up to number 1, the product of 2 and the difference between t and 1 is 14. Well, I know whatever I write has to be equal to 14, so I've got that taken care of. Product is multiplication, difference is subtraction. So this is telling me that the product, or when I multiply 2 and something else, I'm going to get 14. So I'm going to be multiplying, and I'm going to be having 2 times something. The product of 2 and the difference between t and 1. So I'm going to put parentheses around this, and because the x for product is the same as x as a variable, I'm going to choose to not use that sign but to use the dot. And that can be simplified to 2 times the quantity t minus 1. So that is my answer there. Number 2, the quotient of e plus 2 and 5 results in 4. So I know this is equal to 4. Quotient means divide. Plus means addition. So the quotient of e plus 2 and 5, this one's a tough one. Quotient means divide, and so in algebra we represent a division sign as a horizontal line. So I'm going to divide something on top by something on the bottom. So the only way I can see this working, the quotient of e plus 2 goes on top, and 5. The quotient of this and this equals 4. E plus 2, this is a tough one, over 5 equals 4. Because we're saying the quotient of 2 numbers, one is the dividend and one is the divisor. So this is like saying the quotient of 12 and 6 is 2. So e plus 2 is our first number, and then 5 is representative of the divisor, and then the answer of course is the quotient. Tough one right there. Combine 3 and 5 times j. So combine is a word that means add. If you look on your sheet, you can see that combined is right there. So that's just the past tense. So we're combining two things. So we're combining 3 and this quantity, 5 times j. So 3 plus 5j equals 18. Subtract 3 from quarter of g is 6. So I know this equals 6. Subtract 3 from, so this is going to go behind. I'm going to take this amount from whatever is right here, but not past my equal sign. So quarter is the same as 1/4. So 1/4 times g, so that's going to be 1/4 g, and I'm going to subtract 3 from this, and I should get 6. Number 5. 4 multiplied by the sum of y and 7 is equal to 16. 4 multiplied by the sum of y and 7. The sum of y and 7. Generally, those are going to go in parentheses, because I'm going to be multiplying this 4 by everything inside the parentheses. So y plus 7, and 4 is going to go outside of it. Let's try another one. Twice of x diminished by, oh golly, that means subtract. Diminished by 9 equals 5 times x. So here's my equal sign. 5 times x is 5x. So twice means 2 times. 2 times x diminished by 9. God. So 2x minus 9 equals 5x. Number 7. 3 divides the difference between h and 4 represents 5. So represents 5 is equals 5. 3 divides all of this. 3 is going to divide all of this. So the difference, that's the answer when you subtract, between h and 4. So I'm going to have h minus 4, and I'm going to divide 3 into all of that. Okay, number 8. Triple B less 4 equals 8. So I know that I'm going to be equaling 8. Triple means 3 times. 3 times B less is subtracting 4. So that's 3B minus 4. Number 9, half of k increased by 1 is equivalent to 7. So it equals 7, and half of this amount. So I'm going to take this and multiply it by 1/2. So 1/2 times k plus 1. Number 10, subtract 4 from thrice. Thrice means 3, or 3 times, of c is 7 times c. So subtract 4 from whatever this is. So I'm going to find this first, and then I'm going to subtract 4 from it. So thrice of c is 3 times c, and I'm going to be subtracting 4 from that. So 3c minus 4.